Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Antonina Filinska, and I'm the CEO at Datawiz. Joining me today is my colleague, Anastasia. She'll be leading the live demo in the session and showing you how our newest PlanoHero releases work in practice. Before we dive into today's topic, let me briefly introduce Datawiz. For more than 13 years, we've been helping retailers improve everyday decision with data and automations. Today, our platform is used by more than 120 retail chains across 31 countries. We support retailers across the entire merchandising process, from analytics and AI to planogram creation and store execution. Today's webinar is about PlanoHero and two new capabilities that make managing planograms much easier. Let me start with a challenge that many merchandising teams face. Creating planogram isn't usually the hardest part. Keeping thousands of planograms up to date is. As your retail chain grows, you have more stores, more products, more promotions, more seasonal change, and more assortment differences between stores. Every change has to be reflected in hundreds or even thousands of planograms. That means a lot of manual work. Teams spend weeks updating layouts instead of improving them. Product launches take longer. And over time, different stores end up with different layouts. That's exactly the problem we wanted to solve. Today, we are introducing two new PlanoHero capabilities. The first one is Master Rules. Instead of updating every planogram one by one, you define your merchandising logic once. PlanoHero then applies that logic automatically across your entire store chain. The second capability is Merge Planograms. It allows you to work with multiple planograms in a single window, even if they are located in different areas of the store. You can move products between them and make change much faster. Together, these two capabilities dramatically reduce manual work and simplify planogram management. But it's much easier to see than to explain. So I'd like to hand it over to Anastasia for the live demo.
Hi everyone. Let me take a moment to share my screen and basically show you how to work with rules in practice. So I'll start by creating a completely new rule from scratch here. So the first thing here that you need to do is to select which planograms you want to apply this rule to. And I'd like to highlight that the rules aren't tied to specific equipment. You can apply it to planograms with different shelf configurations across different clusters or formats. And basically, PlanoHero will adjust. So here, this equipment has 4 shelves, 6 shelves, 6 shelves, but a different store, and 5 shelves. So next, we define the assortment that we are going to work with. So I'm going to work with oral care category. So I'll just filter through this category first of all. And of course, the filtering is very flexible. You can build rules for categories, brands, suppliers, or even properties. So for example, you could build for a seasonal campaign or products with specific size, and the same approach would work pretty much the same. I also want to make sure that these products are going to be active. So basically, it means that the rule will only work with those products that are actually going to be placed on the shelves. I'll also limit the products to those with sizes and photos. But of course, you also have full control here over such products as those that have zero stocks, products with no sales, or even master positions, which are basically predefined shelf positions reserved for important products. And of course, here you can also just work with those products that are expiring, in stock, or returned. So once you've chosen the assortment, it's basically going to be put completely randomly on the shelves. And next, you can define the logic. So apart from just choosing the period that you want to analyze the sales from, you can also choose whether every store should be optimized using its own sales performance, or whether multiple stores will share the same sales data and the same layout. So basically, when opening new stores, you could use similar shops from the past, and basically work with this way. But as a new store matures, you could use its own sales data. Next, you can define what metrics you want to focus on. Specifically, I want to turnover to focus on turnover, but you can also set a custom formula. And based on these indicators, basically, planograms are going to be updated in real time. Next comes the layout logic. So here you can define how you want these products to be sorted, for example, by prices, by sizes, or you can also choose the sorting direction. So here it's sorted horizontally, or you can also go just vertically. You can also go for the golden shelf rule. And apart from just vertical groups or vertical blocks that most companies are used to, you can also work with sequential layout. So it basically means that the system will fill one shelf first, and then it will continue on to the next, creating one continuous product flow. Finally, you can also customize such parameters as the minimum faces quantity, maximum faces quantity, layout height, and placement depth. So, for example, I want to go for 2 here, and now let's move on to grouping. So this is where the rules become much more flexible. The real value of grouping isn't just simply separating products into groups, but you can actually create rules within rules. So basically, let me start with grouping products into categories. Here you can change the needed percentages for these groups, for example, or you can also change the order of these groups. So it's reflected in real time, and you can see what works for you and what not, basically. After that, let me show you what it looks like in the meanwhile. And if that's not enough, you can add another level of logic. For example, for the mouthwash category, I also want to group it by brands. And when it comes to toothbrushes, I want to just work with 2 specific brands, and I want to set the needed percentages for these. I want them to be equally put on the shelves. And when it comes to toothpaste, I see that there's a lot of white space that's not utilized. So I want to make sure that it's fully used. So I'm just going to fill in the space between the shelves. Of course, you can still make changes as you go. So you don't need to stick to just like this order that I'm talking. So if something changes or something doesn't work for you, you can go a step back and change it, basically. Also, for toothpaste, I want to choose only two brands as well. So let it be Colgate and Blendomat, for example, and let me apply it. So now it looks like this. And the final thing that that you can change in rules is product replenishment, or basically how the white remaining space, like here, is going to be used. You can change it, you can fill it with products with the fewest facings, products in order, or least laid out products. Let me go with the first option, and let's take a look at the final result, basically. So this is for shelf equipment. This is our equipment with 6 shelves, a completely different store, and 5 shelves. We can also take a look at it from the 3D, and that's pretty much it for the rules. But of course, automation doesn't take away flexibility. You can still, if something doesn't work for you, you can still go to each planogram individually and make the needed changes. But I also want to take a moment to show you where Wizora, our AI assistant, can come in, because as we understand, creating a planogram isn't the final goal. The final goal is to analyze the results and aim for even better ones next time. So you can just ask Wizora a simple question in natural language, choose to analyze it in the current page, and while it's processing its request, I'm going to tell you a bit more about what Wizora can be actually used for. So Wizora is basically made to make retail analytics much more accessible for everyone. So instead of searching through reports or trying to remember where a specific metric is, you can simply ask Wizora a simple question. Additionally, it works with planograms just as well as with the whole chain data. So it can help you analyze planogram performance, identify low-performing SKUs, even understand category performance, or investigate why certain products are underperforming. And another advantage is that you don't actually have to rely on other people to find the answer for you. Because in many companies, answering just a simple question can take hours, and that will basically delay making decisions. So with Wizora, many of those answers are available immediately. And another advantage is that Wizora works with your data, giving you real tips based on your data. And of course, it understands all the context, and you don't have to know exactly where some information is stored or which report contains it. You simply describe what you want to understand, and Wizora will take it from there. While it's taking a bit more time, let me also show you another feature. This is planogram merging. In many stores, the same category can be displayed across multiple fixtures, and a part of the category might be on the main shelf, and some part might be on a promotional display. So working with those planograms can be quite inconvenient sometimes because you have to switch back and forth. But with merging planograms, you can basically open them side by side in just one window, and it will help you make some adjustments much more quickly and much more easily. From here, you can move products between fixtures, rebalance the assortment, and make manual adjustments across the entire category without constantly switching between multiple planograms. And let's take a look back at Wizora. Yep, it's all ready now. So the results for this planogram for the areas for improvement are next. So there are products with zero turnover, and it also gives you recommendations to consider, and it gives you real tips to follow on your data, like review shelf placement, evaluate assortment relevance, and check stock availability. And you can also continue this chat from here, and basically it will guide you step by step onto how to achieve your goals that you have in mind. So this is pretty much it for the demo part, but what does this mean in practice? So first of all, it saves you a lot of time. And instead of just updating hundreds of planograms manually, your team can focus on business decisions, and the system will basically apply the rules whenever it's needed. It also gives you consistency, and whether you're working with different store formats or different types of equipment, every planogram can follow the same merchandising standards. And since rules are based on real business data, you're making merchandising decisions with a clear objective in mind. So basically, master rules take away manual work and let you focus on business decisions.
Thank you, Anastasia. Before we finish, I'd like to share a special offer for today attendees. If you choose PlanoHero during the next 7 days, the integration fee will be equal to just one monthly subscription payment. Our team will take care of the complete setup and data synchronization.